Hello everyone, for today we're going to take a look at chapter 6.3, which is all about histograms and so-called stem and leaf diagrams. In this video I will talk about the first one, histograms, and in the second video I will take a look at the stem and leaf diagrams by themselves. So let's start with theory A, which is all about the histograms. The number of births per day in the hospital in Almelo during the first half of May are listed below. Right, so there are 5 children born on one day, then 4, then 3, 4, 3, etc. And the results are easy to understand using a tally table. En tallying, voor those who don't know, betekent turven. 1, 2, 3, 4 en dan 5 streepjes zou je normaal gesproken doorheen doen. Het is een makkelijke manier om getallen bij te houden, hoeveel het er zijn. The first column should list what is being arranged, the data value. Zo in het Nederlands heet dat de waarnemingsgetallen. Het is eigenlijk de data waar je naar gaat kijken. In this case, the number of births per day. Then start tallying. Je gaat dus turven. Look at the middle column in the table. And finally, write down the number of tally marks in the third column. You can see that the data value 5 occurs most often 6 times. We say that data value 5 as a frequency, in het Nederlands noemen we dat gewoon een frequentie, hoe vaak iets voorkomt, of 6. And here's the example of what they're talking about, right? So we have the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you're going to tally how many times that number occurs, that's the frequency, and after that you can write down how many times that number occurred. So 3 happened 4 times, 4 happened 3 times, 5 happened 6 times, etc. And this table is known as a so-called frequency table, of in het Nederlands frequentietabel. You can do it this way if you would like to. However, if they give you a frequency table, you will most likely see it like this. So now the frequency table is horizontally placed instead of vertically. And also they left out the tally table. Right, so if you want to make one yourself, I would use this one. But if you have to, if you're making an exercise about it, will mostly give you a table like this. But no, they are both so-called frequency tables. However, if you also want to make this frequency table a bit more visual, you can now convert this frequency table in a so-called histogram. En Nederlands is een histogram gewoon het Nederlandse woord. Dat is lekker makkelijk. Right, so take a look at figure 6.17. Here we see a bar chart corresponding to the frequency table that is right here. And such a bar chart is called a so-called histogram. And in the center below each bar is the number of births written, right, sort of a key of how you can know, so you know what we're talking about. And the frequencies are along the vertical axis. So remember, a histogram is a special kind of bar chart because it is a bar chart that is the visual key of a frequency table. So one big difference that you may see between a histogram and a bar chart is that the histogram has no gaps between the bars, right? Remember, if you make a normal bar chart, you have gaps in between, and with a histogram, you do not have gaps in between. And now you have numbers down below, and also the frequency on the vertical axis. So that's the difference of a histogram and a bar chart. And for the test paper, you should know how you can make a histogram yourself, but also know how to read a frequency table and a histogram by itself. What does it mean, right? So there are 3 births that happened 4 times, the 4 births happened 3 times, etc. And I think that will give you enough information to start doing exercises that involve making histograms.